What if I told you that right now, in this very moment, someone around you is lying to you and your brain already knows it, but you just don't know how to listen to it? Here's something that will blow your mind. Scientists who study the human brain have discovered that we are all born with the ability to read other people's thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Not like a superhero, not like a magician, but through something built deep into our biology, something ancient, powerful, and almost completely forgotten in our modern world. The thing is, our ancestors survived for hundreds of thousands of years, not because they were the biggest or the strongest. They survived because they could read each other. They could sense danger from a tribe member's face before a single word was spoken. They could tell who was trustworthy and who wasn't in seconds. That skill, it's still inside you. You just never learned to use it. And stay till the end, because the third method we're going to talk about will completely change how you see every conversation you'll ever have again. So let's start from the very beginning. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a forest 50,000 years ago. No phones, no words, really just grunts and gestures. Your survival depends entirely on one thing. Can you tell if the person walking toward you is a friend or a threat? Your brain, lightning fast, scans their face, their eyes, their hands, their posture, and within less than a second, you just know. That system is still running inside your skull right now. And the first way to tap into it, the first way to actually start reading someone's mind, is by learning to see what their face is really saying. Scientists call these micro-expressions. But forget the fancy word. Think of them as face leaks, tiny, involuntary flickers of emotion that flash across someone's face in less than a fifth of a second. They happen before the person even knows they're feeling something, before they can fake a smile, before they can put on a mask. The real emotion just leaks out. Here's an example. Imagine you ask your friend, "Hey, do you like my new idea?" They say, "Yeah, totally." But for just one fraction of a second before those words come out, their nose scrunches slightly, the corners of their mouth pull down, and their eyes go flat. That right there, that's contempt. That's their brain saying no before their mouth could say yes. Our ancestors were masters at reading these face leaks, because in their world, misreading someone could mean death. One wrong tribe, one trusted enemy, game over. So the brain evolved to notice these signals automatically. The problem is, in our modern world, we're so busy looking at screens and rushing through conversations that we've stopped paying attention to the face right in front of us. So here's the challenge. Next time you're talking to someone, slow down. Actually look at their face, not in a creepy staring way, but with intention. Watch for that flicker of expression that doesn't match their words, the slight tightening around the eyes, the quick lip press before a smile, the fast eyebrow raise that disappears in a blink. Those tiny moments are the truth. And once you start seeing them, you cannot unsee them. Now let's talk about the second method. And this one is about something most people completely ignore in conversations: the body. Here's a wild fact. Studies have shown that human beings make over 800 distinct physical gestures and movements during communication. 800. And the overwhelming majority of those movements are completely unconscious. Your friend doesn't decide to lean away from you. Your boss doesn't choose to cross their arms the moment you bring up a sensitive topic. Their body just does it. Because the body is hooked directly to the emotional brain, and it reacts before the logical brain even wakes up. Think about it like this. When something feels threatening, even emotionally threatening, like an uncomfortable question, the human body does one of three things automatically. It freezes, it fights, or it flees, even in a regular conversation. So when someone suddenly goes very still after you ask them something, that's a freeze. When someone's shoulders tighten and they lean into you aggressively, that's a fight. And when someone starts turning their feet toward the door or angling their body away from you even while still talking to you, that's a flee. Their legs are already trying to escape the conversation before their mouth has caught up. Our ancestors read these signals the same way we read traffic lights today. A group member who suddenly froze and went quiet, danger nearby. A tribe leader whose chest puffed up and whose chin lifted, power. A person who kept their palms open and their body relaxed. Safe, trustworthy, come closer. You already have this instinct. You feel it when you walk into a room and something just feels off. When you meet someone and immediately sense that something doesn't add up. That's not magic. That's your ancient survival system picking up body signals faster than your conscious mind can process them. To sharpen this skill, start noticing clusters of behavior, not single signals. One crossed arm means nothing, maybe they're cold. But crossed arms, plus feet pointed away, plus avoiding eye contact, plus a tight jaw, now that's a story. The body is always telling a story. You just have to read the whole page, not just one letter. And now here it is. The third method, the one that will change everything. This one isn't about watching. It's about listening. But not to the words, to something underneath the words. When human beings feel something deeply, fear, excitement, shame, love, guilt, that emotion doesn't just live in the face or the body. It lives in the voice, in the rhythm and music of how someone speaks. Scientists call this paralanguage. Your ancient self just called it survival. Think about this. When someone is telling the truth about something they genuinely believe, their speech has a natural flow. There are pauses in the right places. The rhythm feels easy. The words come from somewhere real. But when someone is lying, or hiding something, or feeling something they're not saying out loud, the voice betrays them. It speeds up when they want to rush past a detail. It slows way down when they're carefully choosing their words. It goes slightly higher in pitch when the nervous system is activated. Little filler words start appearing, like. You know, not because the person is unintelligent, but because their brain is working overtime, managing the emotion while also managing the words. And here's the most powerful thing. When someone genuinely connects with what they're saying, there's emotion in the voice, even subtle emotion. But when someone is disconnected from their own words, like when they're reciting something rehearsed, or saying something they don't fully believe, the voice goes flat, hollow, like a recording of a recording. Our ancestors heard this difference constantly. The tribal elder who spoke with conviction, the stranger whose story just didn't sound right, the ally whose voice trembled with genuine fear when they warned of danger. The voice was one of the most trusted tools in the ancient human survival kit. And here's how you use it today. The next time you're in a conversation that matters, close your eyes for just a moment, metaphorically speaking. Stop focusing on the words themselves and start feeling the voice. Is it rushed or relaxed? Does it rise or fall at strange moments? Does the energy in the voice match the content of the words? Is there a slight tremor? A pause that goes just a half second too long? When you start listening this way, conversations completely transform. You start hearing what people actually mean, not just what they say. So let's bring it all together. Because here's the beautiful, kind of humbling truth about all of this. You are not learning new skills right now. You are remembering ancient ones. Your face reading ability, your body signal awareness, your voice instincts, these were built into human beings over hundreds of thousands of years, because our survival literally depended on understanding each other. We are social creatures at the deepest biological level. We evolved to connect, to cooperate, to protect each other, and to do all of that, we needed to understand each other. The ancient humans who mastered these skills didn't just survive. They led. They built trust. They formed the alliances that kept entire groups alive through ice ages, migrations, and predators we can barely imagine today. And here we are, tens of thousands of years later, sitting in coffee shops and office meetings and family dinners, and those same skills are still available to us, still running in the background of our minds, just waiting to be switched back on. The next time you look someone in the eyes, remember, you are not just looking at a person. You are looking at a fellow ancient human, someone whose face, body, and voice are constantly broadcasting the truth, whether they mean to or not. All you have to do is pay attention. If this changed the way you think about the people around you, imagine what else about human nature you don't know yet. There's a whole world of ancient knowledge hidden in plain sight, and we're just getting started.